Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to give you a quick tip on how to prep your concrete floor before laying tile. Are you guys doing tile over a concrete floor? Well, there's a couple things that you need to do. A concrete floor is going to need a vapor barrier. And if you're using Red Guard from, say, Home Depot, it's only going to require one good coat. And when I say good coat, good coverage, not too thick. So let me show you what I'm working with. So when you got lots of coverage, you want to get the big bucket because it's going to save you money. What I like to use is these smaller rollers. I use the oil-based roller. I feel like they spread better. Now when I say get good coverage, you kind of want to work it like a painter, like that. And when it comes to walls, you don't need to get tape out. Just get nice and close. Mainly you want to get good coverage. One coat. See how I'm working it? After you work it that much, you need to keep moving. Don't go back over it, you're gonna peel it up. If you put on too much and it's too thick, it's gonna get cracks. No good. So now throwing down a vapor barrier or a moisture barrier, people call it different things, but what you're doing is creating an anti-fracture membrane over the concrete floor so that hopefully if the concrete cracks, it stays underneath your tile and doesn't disturb it. The other thing that you're doing is creating a moisture barrier. Concrete floors often need a moisture barrier. Another thing that you want to make sure that you do is vacuum your floor really well before you start red guarding. Otherwise, you're going to gunk up your roller and you're going to have to start over from scratch and vacuum that floor eventually. So in this case, we're using Red Guard. I've used lots of things, Red Guard, Hydroban. There's a lot of products out there and I've had success with all of them if you do it correctly. Always be sure to read the instructions. Let's say you want to get working on that floor right away, right after you're done throwing that anti-fracture membrane down. I got a really slick trick on getting right on top of it right after it's done. It's best to let it sit for a little while, but it dries pretty fast. And just as soon as it's dry, it needs to cure. And when it's curing, you can walk over it and peel it up with your shoes and ruin it pretty fast. But we found a solution to get on top of it right away and a tip not to ruin it while you're working on it. Be sure to click the link at the end of this video. Okay, here's how it's looking so far. You can see we're about 50% dry. Just gotta come out this little way here. And we're going to that. I'm gonna throw in another tip for you. When you're walking through a concrete floor, and it's a new construction or an old construction, but more so a new construction job, and you see cracks in the brand new concrete floor like this, that means that floor is still moving. And that anti-fracture membrane might not hold up against something like that if it continues to grow. So you can take extra precautions such as seam taping it, throwing an extra coat over the top of that area, but more so, take a picture of that crack. That way if you get a call back because there's a big old crack in your tile because the concrete was cracking pretty bad, you'll have a quick reference to the uncredible concrete job. And there we go. Got that guy done right there. And I'll come back and give you guys that really quick tip on how not to ruin your prepped floor on concrete. This is the towel we're putting in there. We are ready to get cracking on this floor. If you guys like tips like that, be sure to hit the like button, let me know. Please leave a comment below and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you'd like to stay updated.